Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Claudia. I make lifestyle journaling and vlog content here on YouTube, and today I invite you to plan your May 2021 bullet journal setup with me. And so in today's video, I'm going to show you my updated, simple, and yet very minimalist monthly bullet journal setup. If you just want to jump straight into the supplies I use, here's the timestamp for that. And if you just want to see my setup, here's the timestamp for that. But if you've been following my channel for a hot second and you have some time to spare today, I'd like to have a little chat with you. I just want to bring you up to speed on how I came about this current bullet journal setup, as well as why I haven't made a bullet journal plan with me video since like last December. So just a little housekeeping. Okay, housekeeping. So around late December of last year, I got into this website called Notion. If you don't know what Notion is, it's basically an all-in-one digital workspace. So you can use it for a variety of different uses. You can prioritize tasks, share documents, create databases. You can do project management tasks, all that good stuff, all in one place. And so from December up until now, I've been experimenting with Notion and trying to find a good balance between using Notion as well as using my bullet journal. If you have seen my daily journaling routine video on YouTube, which is linked in the cards as well as in the description box, you'll know that I tried bullet journaling on Notion exclusively. I then also tried transferring some of my bullet journal collections and spreads onto Notion to see if that would work better. And basically, I've done a lot of tweaking and experimenting the past few months just to find what really suits my needs. And now, after 4 months, I think it's safe to say I have found what really works for me. And yeah, that's why I haven't made a bullet journal plan with me video. I just didn't want to be contrived and fake and post a setup that I'm not actually using or announce to the public something that I'm not confident in using yet. Also, I just want to point out, if you have seen my previous bullet journal setups, this current setup I have is actually quite a skeleton compared to the previous ones, and those ones were already really minimalist. And this is because I've moved actually quite a lot of my bullet journal spreads and collections onto Notion because I found that they were better utilized on Notion. If you are interested in seeing a Notion setup video, don't worry, I will be creating an updated version of that video soon, and I will also be including a free template, so stay tuned. If you would like to see the Notion setup I started out with, you can check out that video in the cards as well as the description box. And yeah, I think that's enough housekeeping. I hope I got my message across. Now, let's talk supplies. Here are the supplies I currently use. Everything I mentioned in this video can be found in the description box, so you can have a clear list of everything I talk about. I also want to say you don't have to have the supplies that I have to create the spreads that I create. Find what works for you, take what resonates, leave out what doesn't, use what you already have, and also use what I'm offering as a foundation to build upon your own spreads. So I use 2 Muji pens, the 0.38mm as well as the 0.7mm. The 0.38mm one is for text, and the 0.7mm one is for headers. I use zebra mild liner markers, and for this month I am using this purple. The only artsy thing I have going on in my spreads is a monthly header color. So each month I choose one color for all the headers, and the headers include the monthly one, the rolling weekly, as well as the daily log. I like a bit of color in my spreads, and I don't want to be artsy or anything because that overwhelms me quite a bit. So choosing one singular thematic color for each month is more than enough for me. Next, I have a ruler and some correction tape. This correction tape is from Muji. And last but not least, I have some stamps and an ink pad, and these things are both from Aliexpress. Now, onto the setup. Monthly log. My current monthly log is still a linear calendar, but now I do it a bit differently than my previous setups. So I take my zebra mild liner marker and I draw a line down the left side of the page. This will be the header. Next, I write out the dates and the days of the week down the page. I like to leave about 2 spaces of room between the purple line and my calendar so it doesn't look too cluttered. Next, I add in my habit trackers. I only track 3 habits, and they are my intermittent fasting, workouts, and YouTube uploads. If I ever make a mistake, no biggie, I just take out my correction tape and white it out. I include my habit tracker at the end of my calendar instead of having them on a separate page because I only track a few habits. And also, since I go to my monthly log spread every day, having my habits on this page will encourage me to remember to track my habits. Next, I draw lines across my calendar. I divide the calendar into weeks, so from Monday to Sunday is 1 week, and then I draw a line. Then, after the next Monday to Sunday, I draw another line. I do this because I like the look of having my month divided into weeks, and as you'll see later, I do rolling weeklies, so this helps with that. Next, I add in my header. I use stamps because I have very unpredictable and not very pretty handwriting. I also like the stamp aesthetic. It's simple yet a bit artsy. On the other side of this monthly log spread, I'll be adding in my monthly goals, my tarot card of the month, my monthly task list, which is basically a place for me to brain dump any tasks I know I have to complete this month, as well as a small section at the bottom called Next Month, which I use to write any important events for the following month. And this is what my monthly log looks like. And here is what it looks like when I'm using it. So in the calendar, I only write events and tasks that I know will definitely occur or have already happened. This helps keep my calendar looking as clean as possible. And this is how I use my habit tracker. I put an X on the days I do my habits. And then I just go about filling out my goals, the tarot card of the month, as well as my task list. Next up, the rolling weekly. This is something I've started doing recently. If you don't know what a rolling weekly is, it's essentially a week of to-dos at a glance, like a 7-day task forecast. I don't do weekly logs because I prefer daily logs, but the rolling weekly gives me a bird's eye view of what tasks I know I need to get done by the end of the week. So, I do a header like I did in the monthly log. Just popping in here just to say a little something. So I do my rolling weeklies differently compared to the original one. So in the original, you make a rolling weekly on one side of the page and then you use the rest of the pages to do your daily log. I don't do it like that. I do all my rolling weeklies on like 2 to 3 pages. It depends how busy I am that month. So sometimes I might just use 2 pages. Sometimes I might use 3 to 4. It really depends. But that's just me. This is what I found that really works for me. So I write the dates of each week as a mini header. Then I write the days of the week. So Monday to Sunday. Then I write out my tasks for that week down below. This is what my rolling weekly looks like. And this is what it looks like when I use it. Last but not least, the daily log. Like the other spreads, I use the zebra mild liner marker and my stamps to do my header. I then write out the date, so May 1st. I have gratitude up top. I write out 3 things I'm grateful for. I then write out my to-do list. And lastly, I write out 3 wins of the day. So I list 3 things that went well, that went right, that I consider a win of the day. And that's my daily log. Here is what it looks like when I use it. And that's it. That's my minimalist monthly bullet journal setup. Here is a flip through so you can see it all once more. And there we have it. That was my updated, super simple and minimalist bullet journal setup. I hope this video has been of some help in inspiring you to create spreads that really suit your needs. Let me know in the comments below what other bullet journal content you'd like to see from me. I am happy to hear suggestions. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.